today's, there we go. Thank you, Michael. All right, I'm calling to order the January 5th, 2026 meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals to order. Appreciate my ability to participate remotely this evening. I believe Maria is not attending this evening. Is Lenny there by any chance?
Nope, not yet.
No? All right, just the four of us? Yeah. Okay. All right, if Lenny comes, we can elevate him to a voting member for today's purposes, but it's just administrative action, so I don't think it's going to be necessary. All right, so the first item on the agenda is a review of the minutes of November 3rd, which were attached. I'll just open the floor up to see if anyone's got any edits or recommended edits to the minutes.
Hi, Billy.
Someone's coming. There's Lenny.
All right. Hi, Lenny.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes. I second.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye. All right. That the minutes are adopted as is. All right. The next thing I wanted to mention is that we did have a couple pieces of correspondence. They're noted in the agenda for this evening concerning the Stow Acres driving range, as well as some other environmental work involving Stow Acres. No actions needed by the board, but I'll open the floor to the extent anyone wanted to discuss anything associated with the correspondence.
I'm good, thank you.
No? Okay. All right. With that, we do have a draft 2025 annual report that I believe was included in your materials. I'll open the floor up. Well, actually, I guess, Michael, before people discuss, anything you wanted to mention with respect to the report?
No, this is just our standard report, so everything on it should look familiar, just with updates from this past year.
Okay. Any comments or proposed edits, questions, concerns that the members of the board wanted to raise with respect to the annual report?
I just have one comment. This is Andy. On the paragraph, the fourth paragraph, the board met 12 times, and on the second line, when I read it, it says the board held working meetings to amend its application, blah, blah, blah. I was just thinking maybe it was to review, revise, and amend.
Maybe mention the names of the associate members.
Well, let's just process one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's just do it one at a time. I'm fine with that change.
Okay, thank you.
They are mentioned on the last page.
Oh, they are? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, okay.
That was all I got.
That looks fine to me.
Who would we like to thank?
Michael Horn.
Michael. We would like to thank you for the effort you put into keeping us straight.
Michael, do we want to mention, and maybe I missed it, the fact that we reviewed some of the special permits from years past too, or not?
I can add that in. I think it would be useful.
Yeah, maybe we can put that in, maybe in the paragraph where we talk about the working meetings.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe just adding a sentence that we reviewed and discussed. I don't know, open special permits dating from 2025 through, how far do we go back? 22 or 23?
it was 22.
Okay, yeah, maybe just add a sentence there about that.
To see if further review is required. Something like that.
Um, yeah. Otherwise, I would just, for the thanks, I would just fill in would like to thank Valerie and Michael for their continued support and efforts throughout the year. If that works for everybody.
Yep.
Okay. Michael, make sure you spell your name right.
I'll try.
Okay. All right. With that, any other questions, comments, concerns, proposed edits to the annual report?
I move that we approve the annual report for 2025.
Second.
Motion. We have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? So, and just for the record, Lenny, as Maria isn't tonight, you'll be elevated as a voting member for these administrative matters.
Oh, good, okay.
So, all right. So with that, the annual report is adopted as amended, 5-0. All right. Well, I'll take these out of order just because I feel like it is more appropriate to do it this way. We can review and vote on the review the planning department FY27 proposed budget.
Looks like it's
My only question would be, is, we didn't spend a lot of money on advertising and postage. What actually drives that cost, and why did we have so much money left over, if that's the case?
I can step in and answer that one. So this is the posting and mailing for public hearing notices, decisions, that kind of information, and also community engagement.
Okay.
So actually we've spent more at the halfway point in this year than we typically have in years past. So typically, like last year, we had 85% of the budget in that line and as a whole available. And so now we've definitely used more because of the zoning outreach that we've done, and a little bit of comprehensive plan outreach. Though most of that was taken care of through the town meeting article and a grant. We did have about a month of a gap between those two. So yeah, it's mostly the statutory postings, but community engagement.
And postage is going up in price.
I gotta buy those forever stamps.
We do buy the pre-packaged boxes of envelopes.
Oh no, there's still $4,200 that we haven't spent, so that just seems like we probably don't need to budget as much money per se. I don't know what the run rate is per, I don't know if this is a way to look at it, but per event, is there like an average cost that it costs about this much per, and how many of those events do we have in the course of a year, and then put a little plus or minus in there and you come up with a number?
Unfortunately, it's not that standardized.
Yeah.
So I typically don't
It's just
know
a big
the
underspend, that's all, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I will say that any money that's remaining in the budget goes back into free cash. So anything that we don't use, it doesn't just stay with the planning department, it does go back in. But yeah, so we're not looking to increase anything, but just stay with the remaining just in case.
It's just a philosophical approach to budgeting that I wouldn't look at numbers like that. I just need to make sure I understand and ask why it does that, that's all.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Denise knows that there's a difference and you're not spending it, and she probably has plans for it.
Well, see, that's my,
Yeah.
just to digress for a minute, that's kind of my notion about a budget. If you're asking for, $10,000 and you don't spend it, then somebody didn't get a chance to do something with that money that you didn't spend, right? So that's kind of my tension on the model here, right? So if we've got money that could be used someplace else, rather than just hold it here and not spend it, and then at some point we leave it back to some other account,
Yeah,
you know, what's the best thing to do?
Or not spend it at all.
Or not spend it at all. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's practical spending that needs to go on, wherever that is, right?
Sure.
So let's have a reasonable budget. I'm not objecting to that. I'm just saying if there's money that we're not gonna use and somebody else could benefit because whatever,
Yeah.
that would be my approach. But
And the budgets for zoning and planning are not large budgets.
yeah, no, that's not the concept that I'm advancing here. It's just a matter of utilizing the funds where they need to be utilized and not hold them and not take advantage of the asset.
Are many people using the funds for training,
a few do.
So
Meg-
it's look like-
planner and everything?
Yeah, Meg certainly does. Every once in a while Nancy will take a class as well. But the trainings are also available to all of you,
Well,
so,
It's a third
definitely,
of the spending has only been.
yeah. And it's also available to staff as well, so it goes to us, attending conferences and that type of thing.
Valerie, remind me, was the FY26 budget the same as the FY25?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, we haven't done any increases. Wow.
Did the planning board already vote on this, just out of curiosity?
Yes,
we
they
first?
have.
Okay.
The planning board has, yes.
Are we to approve this or just concur with it or what?
No, I think
It's
it's
her,
Approve.
yeah,
You can approve it.
okay. I move that we approve the budget.
second.
For the, Board of Appeals, I guess.
For FY
The
twenty-seven.
FY27 zoning board of appeals budget.
We've got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of approving the FY27 zoning board of appeals budget proposal?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and the budget proposal is approved. All right, with that, we are left with executive session minutes, which I believe you all have received a paper copy. So there's two pieces to this, and actually, Michael, maybe you can explain this because for some reason I think I confused myself. Why is it that 3 sets of minutes, 2 from 2018 and 1 from 2019, were never approved? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I was in college then.
Didn't have it on my watch.
I don't know. Sometimes these little minutes can get written a few weeks later and kind of fall through the cracks. So I was cleaning the ZBA files because we transferred to a new file system digitally. So I was just making sure that we're up to date on everything. And these were the ones that remained.
So just a procedural question. So you came across these as a result of doing some administrative tasks, right?
Yes.
Do we need to actually go back and approve them?
Yes. We need to have a record.
Even though the people who may have actually created the minutes are no longer members of the board?
Yeah, I will say, Andy, I was a little kind of thrown. I mean, they're pretty innocuous. At the same time, it does feel a little uncomfortable to say, let's approve minutes from whatever it was 8 years ago, where none of us were actually even there. You know, but I'm not quite sure what other choice we have. We can't release the minutes without, I guess, theoretically approving them first.
We're still the board, so we have to.
But yeah.
The minutes survive beyond the members of the board. It's really the minutes, not just individual members.
Right.
So,
It's Andy's fault, he was
yeah,
there.
I'll take responsibility.
Good point.
So from just a protocol perspective, and we haven't done a lot of them with this body, and we supposed to record the minutes and review them? Because I frankly don't remember that we actually took the minutes. Obviously, we did, but we never really went through the motions of reviewing and approving. So that's the practice, right? You go into whatever, it doesn't matter what session you're in, you actually should do a recording of the minutes of the meeting.
Yes.
Most of the time they were approved.
Apparently,
Yeah.
but somehow these just slip through the crack.
So there's
I mean, there aren't
approval,
that many of them though, right? There
There's
weren't
like
that many events.
3 of them.
So, for example, the Collins Foundation, right before I started, there was about 10 executive session minutes that were released. These ones, I guess, were just hidden somehow.
They were actually released.
Yes,
Okay.
they were voted and released,
Mhm.
so they're no longer confidential since that litigation ended in 2021, 2022, somewhere in there. So these are just
Okay.
other ones that have since passed.
So actually, he printed out, if you want to review them, but mainly Collins and Presty and
Collins, Elizabeth Brooks, Presty,
and Quinn Electric.
Walensky, Quinn.
So that's basically what they all discussed. So, and those are all resolved, and so there's no reason they can't be released, approved, and released. They're no longer in litigation.
And Michael, remind me from a procedural standpoint, do these motions need to go by roll call?
No, they don't need to.
Okay. I move to approve the executive session minutes of April the 30th, November the 2018, November the 8th of 2018, and March the 4th of 2019, as drafted or amended, not amended, or as drafted.
Second.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Hearing none. Do we approve the minutes of April 3rd, 2018, November 8th, 2018, and March 4th, 2019?
Yes.
All right, and those minutes are now approved. I'll entertain a motion for the release of the full set of 6 executive session minutes.
I move to release executive session minutes of April 30th, 2018, August the 27th, 2018, October the 22nd, 2018, November the 8th, 2018, March the 4th, 2019, and June the 17th, 2024, as the cases related to the Collins Foundation, Plantation Apartments, now known as Elizabeth Brook Apartments, Presty Fisher, Prestwick Walensky, and Prestwick Quinn have all been resolved in court and agreed to by all parties.
I second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
And with that, the motion passes. All 6 sets of executive session minutes can now be released. And with that, that is it for a relatively straightforward and short agenda. Michael, can you give us just a quick preview of our upcoming ZBA meetings?
Sure. We have received one application for an appeal of the decision of the building commissioner. I'll provide some more information on that in the coming weeks. It'll be a little bit. No. It's related to a property in the center of town. Can't really speak too much about it.
Okay.
But I'll be preparing some materials for the board ahead of time, so that you can read it and come in with any
You
questions.
think this is a February event or not?
Yes, it'll be. I scheduled it for February 2nd at 7:15. So.
Is Frank expected to attend that meeting?
I believe he will, but I'll just double check with him.
Okay.
I may or may not be at the February 2nd meeting. I'll be flying in back from Belgium, so I don't know if I'm gonna be in time or if I'm in any shape to manage this, but we'll see. If I could be here, I will.
As if
Um,
Trump doesn't kidnap.
Watch your visa.
just as a way of a backup, Lenny, are you planning on being here on the 2nd of February?
I'll try to be. If I can't be in person, I'll do it by Zoom, either way.
Okay. Yeah, because
I'll try.
I definitely want to make sure we can get 5 voting members for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'd prefer if it was like February 9th, but you've already scheduled it. So what can I do?
It is what it is.
I'll be here with some.
I can also reach out to Ruth. She's still an associate member.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I will.
that's good. Yeah, if for some reason you can't make it, you can just let us know in advance. That would be great.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Michael, anything else for the 2nd? That's all that you got so far?
That's it. Unless you want to do some special permit review, but it might be a long meeting.
Yeah, I think we're fine with the one item.
Okay.
So, okay. Otherwise, anything else that folks needed to discuss?
I'd like to discuss that special permit we approved for Gleasondale for the guy putting the stairs on the apartment. I was not comfortable with him not being here to show layouts and more detail of what he had. I think any applicant needs to be here. If there's a sickness going around, that's one thing, like COVID, but there's no reason they can't be here and present it directly to us so we can ask. We were fishing around for what's on the wall that has where you could put the stairs, and it was awkward. I'd prefer them to be here so that we can ask them and they can draw things for us.
I think that's reasonable.
I think any applicant needs to be here.
We can make it a discussion item for the next meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else for the moment?
What does it say on our application?
It does not specify.
Maybe how we do it. Okay. No, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay. Michael, why don't you just put a note on the agenda for next meeting? If we have time to discuss it, we can. If not, we can always bump it back.
Okay.
All right. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting at 19:22.
Yeah.
Motion, second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
And with that, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate the flexibility on my end, and we'll see you all next month.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you all.